This is the plaintiff, Sonia Lewis. She says she hired the defendant, a so-called event planner, to organize her birthday bash and fundraiser to build a playground for her daycare. Well, not only did the defendant mess up the party, she also stole the vast majority of the contributions for the fundraiser. That's right, she took the cash donations. And she's here in the name of all that's right and holy, suing her for the $5,000 she took. This is the defendant, Vontae Marie. She says she never took any money from the charity. She only collected $300 in donations, and somehow the plaintiff thinks they took in $6,400. Ha! She doesn't owe this woman all that money she's claiming is missing. She won't allow her to sully her reputation either, and the judge will surely rule in her favor today. She's accused of being sticky-fingered. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $5,000 for her unpaid party planning fees.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Sandra Lewis?
Yes, ma'am.
You
Good
are
morning.
suing Vontae Marie,
Yes.
her company. You don't want us to mention the name of the company, for $5,000 in damages that you say you sustained when she was your party planner. And you have a counterclaim against her for $5,000 for numerous items. Things did not go well. All right, talk to me, Ms. Lewis, and tell me, you were having a party, and it had a dual purpose. What was that?
It was a fundraiser for my kids' backyard. I have run a daycare, and we wanted to build the kids a backyard in the back.
Swing set,
yeah.
Playground or whatever.
Yes.
All right, it was also your birthday.
Yes.
Okay, so you decided that you were going to plan a party, and what, did it have a theme?
Yes, it was a black and gold masquerade party.
Okay, black and gold masquerade ball.
Yes, right.
And what conversations did you have with her when you hired her about what you expected of her for the fee that she was charging? And the fee that you paid her was $1,800, right?
Yes. For that $1,800, all I really expected her to do was put my tables together.
What does that mean, put tables together? Who was renting the tables? Who was paying for the rental of the tables?
I did that.
Okay, so put the tables together just means artistically?
Yes.
Okay, who was paying for the rental of the linens?
She was.
Okay, is there a contract between you two, a written contract that
Yes.
says, okay, let me see that.
There's a contract. You're welcome.
Okay, the contract basically says nothing. It says platitudes like, the client is of the opinion that the contractor has the necessary qualifications, experience, and abilities to provide services, but we don't say what the services are. There's one line that says, party event planning and table decor. That's all it says. Mm-hmm. I am used to seeing a contract with a party planner that says, I'm responsible for bringing the linens, bringing the silverware, bringing, whatever it is that you are responsible for. So now you tell me verbally what it is that your responsibilities were. What was she getting? Wait a second, I wasn't done with my question. What is she getting for her $1,800?
I was supposed to be doing event planning.
What does that mean?
Everything from the beginning to
list
ending.
the things that it means.
It means I was gonna look for a venue, pay the venue, decor the venue, hire a DJ, hire a host, have security, hire security, the chefs, everything.
Was any of that ever discussed with you?
I already had the DJ
so
before we came.
So why did you even pay her?
I hired her because we had a wedding the day before, which was Friday, and it was in Detroit, Michigan. So I called her, and that's what she was supposed to do, just stand there, do the tables,
Typically
covers on the
speaking,
table.
a party planner plans the party with you. That's the point of wasting all that money, because that's money that you could use to buy a swing set.
Right.
All right, so now let's talk about what happens the day of the party. When do you first get your first inkling that, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a runaway railroad, this
When
is a problem?
she showed up when the party bus was pulling up.
You come back at what time?
At 9:30.
All right, and then you see your
I go straight upstairs to get dressed.
Okay, oh my goodness. So you go straight upstairs to get dressed, and then when do you notice that the decorations are not the color you asked for?
When I go out my back balcony.
Okay, and you see that instead of black and gold, that it is red and black. And?
I go back in my room and I take off the top bottle of the Ciroc bottle, and I started drinking.
Okay, that's good. And then what happens?
Then I go get dressed and I go down to the party.
How many people went to the party?
Oh my God, it had to be at least 70.
Now,
But-
of those 70 people, how many people have paid in advance?
15,
All right, give me the list that she gave you.
Right here.
Okay, now this is a list that she says you gave her. Who wrote the words paid here? Is that you?
yes.
Okay,
No.
come on over here. Whose handwriting is that?
That's her.
Okay, that was my question, and you're saying no.
It's two
All right.
different handwritings on there.
Who's this?
That's me.
Okay, and what does that represent?
That's somebody that came that wasn't on this list that paid.
Okay. So according to you, 1, 2, 3, that's because that's an extra person. 4, 5, because that one customer paid for 2. And that's it? 5 people came to the door?
No, I wasn't working the door. But when I came to the door, that's when I wrote those. Every time somebody came to the door and tried to get in for free, or my uncle needed to call me.
Who's your, okay, tell me, go ahead and go back there. When you say your uncle, you had your uncle working the door?
My uncle is a security guard.
Is that a yes? You had your uncle
Yes.
working the door? All right. This party had 70 people. I
No.
see that some people,
No.
how many do you say were there?
Between 40 and 50. I'm
Okay.
not sure how many people
So
was there.
are you saying that only 4 people came and paid at the, how many did I just say a minute ago? 5? that
No.
We counted?
No.
How many?
It was more than 4 or 5 people.
Well, at the end of the night, one of your complaints is that when you asked for the door, what did she say to you?
She said she gave it to the guy that her uncle that she hired to sit there. She gave it all to him.
Absolutely not. That's not what I said. The money from the door was with the person who was working the door. It was 2 people. One person she had, and one person I had. And I
How
gave,
much money?
It was $350.
Okay, so right there I have a problem. Even if there were only 50 people at the party, I see the list of how many paid in advance. It should be a lot more than 4 people, 6 people paying. That's what $300 would be.
A person on that list let in 7 people 2 times from out of town. You would have to call that person. I don't know why. I wasn't working the door. I was the
I'm
event
sorry,
planner and the
that's
coordinator.
exactly what you said your job was, to
No,
control the door.
no, I
That's
did
why
not.
you had your uncle there.
No, I did not. My job
what you said in
was
here
to
to me.
coordinate the party. At that point, I was never hired to coordinate the party.
Why did you have anyone collecting? Are you suggesting you didn't have someone collecting money at the door?
No, I did have someone
And
collecting
now
money
you're
at the door.
suggesting that she also had 2 other people doing that?
Yes, definitely.
So who's the person taking the money?
Her uncle.
Okay, now you have a video of the party. Let me play it.
We need y'all to get louder than that. Let's go, make some noise.
Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm trying to get a sense of how many people are here. That's why I want to keep the camera. I mean, the twerking is fun. I'm just trying to. Okay. I don't really see 70 people there in that video. Is there ever any discussion about? Actually, let me ask the question a different way.
Okay.
Did you tell her that you wanted black and gold?
Yes.
When did you tell her that you wanted black?
From the first day we started.
Okay. None of that is in your contract either. There's nothing about
Nope.
theme. There's nothing about anything.
Nope.
All right. So did she tell you that it was black and gold?
She told me it was black and gold. I suggested that we should add another color, and she said it was okay.
Right. Do you see why it's important to put things like that in a contract so no one can say, I did not approve red,
Can
which
I
is
tell
what's
you something?
happening here?
It was hard to do anything with Sandra.
No,
If you
no,
look in
this
the
is,
records-
it's not hard for you. If you have a pen here and you're signing this contract, because you signed this contract, right?
Yes.
Okay, then it's not hard because your pen is here and you fill out everything that the customer is asking for so they can't quibble with you later and say, I never approved red.
She has a decoration that she came in my store and picked out for her party. It's right there, and it includes red.
Okay, is that true that you had picked that in her?
If I had picked this out in her thing, that means she already had them. I wouldn't have had to give her $400 to make them.
No, we needed to make more. I had 2 in my window. You didn't pick that out?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Okay.
What she said
Just
is
stop a
something-
second. We're over the red. We're on to something new. You have a bunch of statements from people regarding how many people were at the party. I would like to see those statements now. This is a statement by Nikita saying that she was told by you that you were hired to work that gate. She also says that her fiance brought 15 people who paid $50 a ticket. This is a statement by another person who says that they came with a party of 4 and paid $50 each. This is a statement by another person that they came with 3 people and paid $50 each. This is a statement by somebody who says that they gave you a seafood boil and that it was never served at the party? Does that make sense? Can you?
No.
Did anybody?
I know nothing about a seafood boil.
Okay, can you stop staring her down? You can't.
Ma'am, I don't know
but
what
stop
she's talking
staring.
about.
But don't do that. It's very hostile. Just look at me and talk to me when I'm asking you stuff. Don't keep going like that.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. If this defendant did siphon money from a charity, is that a crime?
Yes.
What's the crime?
He's stealing from charity.
I'm not sure that's exactly the name of it, but what is the crime?
Racketeering?
Nope.
No.
Would it be money laundering from?
Nope.
Fraud.
Nope. This is so easy.
Stealing?
Rhymes with chef.
About that.
Wow. Good job. Going inside the courtroom.
This is another person who says that they bought 2 tickets at the door at $50 each. How much money was made at the door?
$350 at the end of the night.
I've already gone through
Okay.
people who told more
And
than
that's
that.
fine. But you ever had somebody up here that was lying and got people to sign stuff just to do it? This is that.
We've got problems. I'll tell you, I would never, ever conduct a fundraiser and not have my own person at the door. I cannot count the ways that things can go wrong in a situation where money is involved. If it was just a party, nothing can go wrong, right? Or, it doesn't matter. You don't mind showing up late. Nothing matters. But if it's a fundraiser, so many things can go wrong that you really need to be present. Because this would never happen to me. Because I would never allow someone to work my door. I would have my relative or my friend or someone I trusted sitting there the whole time collecting all the money. There wouldn't be somebody else's uncle out there or somebody else who looks at me and says, gee, we only made $300 at the door. That wouldn't happen to me. That offends me. I don't know much. I don't know if she approved red. I don't know how many exact people were there after 9:30. There's a lot I don't know. But you know what I do know? I do know from the list you handed me and the affidavits she's given me that more than 300 was made at the door. I do
That's
know
a
that.
lie.
Now, you are standing here telling me I want $5,000. Based on what? You've got to be able to prove what you're saying. How are you going to do that? You lost total control over who was paying that night and who wasn't. So how now are you going to prove how much was collected at the door? You're at a complete loss, right? So based on what I have heard, let's talk about the counterclaim first. You are suing now for $640 for the centerpieces. Why? You ended up taking all but one, right?
No.
I'm sorry, you're right. 240 owed. Why is that? That's owed for what?
For the rental.
According to her, you told her it was $400 to rent them.
No, I did not.
Let's do this differently. Why don't you prove to me how you told her that it was $50 per centerpiece?
Can I ask you a question?
No, you can answer mine.
I can't answer that question because she wasn't answering the phone. We never sat down and went over details.
So
of the
you don't
party.
have an agreement to pay $50 a piece. She gives you the money to buy all that stuff and you keep it? That's your theory? You know what?
Because we had a budget
now we're
that
done.
she never
We're
gave
done.
me.
I'm
It
going to
can be
order you to
done.
return $1,500 of your fee to this lady, and then maybe there's a little rough justice for the money that I am 100% convinced was siphoned from the children's playground. Okay? That's my verdict.
Thank you very much. I'm not paying.
So the plaintiff gets back $1,500. Her lawsuit, she was seeking $5,000, and you don't get anything for your countersuit.
She needed it. Have a nice day.
And she's a cat killer too. Her dog killed my cat.
Oh,
She
come
let my
on.
dog
Come on,
beat
come
my
on, come on,
cat.
come on, come on. Ms. Lewis,
Hello.
there was a lot of misunderstanding here, obviously.
There was
You
a lot of
not-
misunderstanding.
Not arranged properly.
Not arranged properly.
And what about the playground? Did it ever get built?
No, it hasn't, but it will be.
It will be.
Yes.
How do you feel about getting $1,500 back?
I feel really good about it because I could have left with nothing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think you learned a lot from this, didn't you?
I learned a whole lot. And I know that I can be a party planner and I don't need the help.
Okay, good enough. Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful
All
day.
right. Harvey?
Well, indeed, it could be theft. But the thing is that in a criminal court, for it to be a crime, you have to prove that happened beyond a reasonable doubt.